All right, it is March 28th, 2026, Saturday morning, and it's 7 a.m. on the nose. I'm headed up to south side of Point of the Mountain to test fly my glider after the sail-off inspection, hoping it all goes well and that I put it back together correctly.
All right, so the first thing I of course wanted to do, especially after having a crash last time, is I wanted to check the weather forecasting. So looking at the Cloudbase app, which is just a really good basic general app for looking at wind direction, wind speeds, things like that. I like this one. And it was showing that morning, starting at 5:25 a.m. and going up until 6 a.m., it was showing what the wind had actually been doing there at Southside Point of the Mountain. And so at the most recent time, which was 6 a.m., it was showing 3 miles an hour with a gust differential of 1 mile an hour, so gusting up to 4. And so great for being on the training hill and not having anything else in the way. And then when I looked at the detailed forecast for what to expect the rest of the morning, you could see here that around 8 a.m. we were expecting about 10 miles an hour, and then slowing down to about 5 miles an hour at 9 a.m. and then going up to 12 and up to 15 later in the morning. And not a very large gust differential. The most would be at 11 a.m., 4 mile an hour gust differential. So when I'm down on the lower training hill, the wind speeds are a little bit slower than what you see at the top of Point of the Mountain. And so I was expecting really light winds, which is exactly what I wanted, because all I was looking to do was some sledders. And then as far as temperature, things are warming back up. We're in spring now. And so, I was looking at 44 up to, 50 degrees or so. So didn't have to fly with all the layers of clothing on or the big ski gloves. So it was great.
All right, here I am back at the training hill, ready to get Toothless tested in after my sail-off inspection. So I'm gonna go do like 3 to 5 flights here on the lower training hill, and then we'll see about doing a sledder off the top. That's the plan. Okay, I'm up on the training hill and I'm hooked in. My leg straps are strapped, my upper harness is zipped up and clipped in, my helmet's on, my chin strap's on. I did my pre-flight on my glider and I did a hang check down there, but I had to unclip to walk the glider up. I rehooked in, and there's a very slight southerly wind, 1 to 3 miles an hour. The sun has risen and it's over the mountains, and this is my first flight in just over 2 months. So I'm thinking through everything. I'm ready to do this. So I did raise my harness up a little bit, my dangle angle, so that I'm hanging a little bit more vertically, and because I'm not getting in my harness or anything with my feet. So I believe I am ready to launch. My flight plan is to just go straight down and land in the LZ. That's it. It's gonna be a little bit weird running with this harness, because you don't have to run very much when you're on the top side with good wind. All right, here goes nothing, or here goes everything. Let's level off the wings, chest out. Gotta run good. Launching! And a wheel's landing. Woo! Oh, there we go. We did it, Toothless. We did it. Let's do it again. All right, flight number 2 is about to commence. I'm just still catching my breath from having to hike up this training hill. And I'm sitting here thinking, how did I do this in the heat of the summer last year? Holy cow. Same exact goal and flight plan, except the goal is to land on the feet this time. We'll see if that happens. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Landing safely without a crash, that's goal number 1. Launching! A little funky with the wind down low, so I went wheels again. It was a good flight. I just wish these side wires were tighter and the control frame didn't wobble like it does. Oh well, that's 2. Oh man, I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm hot. I'm sweating like a pig. And this is flight number 3. So I'm only hiking up here 3 times. That's a major indication that I'm out of shape. But I'm also sweating good, so I'm hydrated. Good job, Jason. This will be flight number 3. Probably good enough after this one to go up top. And Angel's here now to film this. All right, same goal. Number 1, be safe and land correctly, safely. Number 2, land on your feet. Leg straps are strapped. Harness is zipped, chin straps on. I'm hooked in, primary and secondary. And I'm just below the notch where I did training. It's so cute that I once was just so excited to get up to the notch. Let's do this. Let's go fly a kite. Launching! Not the best, but I landed on my feet. Woohoo! Number 3, let's go to the top. Get my free flight. Get my ink check. Hooked in. Strapped. Chin strap. Launching! Oh, wow. Oh my God. That felt just so crazy, but I made it. Holy crap. I don't even know how to process my thoughts right now. Also, these are my new prescription sport goggles. Pretty cool, I can see. Holy smokes. Gone gliding out, we made it. This here is Horse Heaven. It's a Hang 3 site south of Nephi, Utah. Right up top, you see a tower, and just below to the right of that tower, that's the launch right there. This is my first time out here. Getting a side intro from Rob Cooper, flying with Steve, who's on a T3 or a T2C. Rob Cooper on an ATOS. Got a nice big streamer up here, and they're scoping out some potential LZ fields just across the road here. We're just a little bit south of Lavon. Mike is also flying an ATOS. I've got my Falcon 4, and Jake is supposed to be here soon with the Falcon 4 as well. Definitely stoked to try to find a new place to fly that is lacking paragliders. A place where I can do some sledders, also start learning how to thermal. This is a good area here for thermal conditions and learning how to core up in thermals and practice some cross-country type flying. Very different from the ridge soaring I've been doing so far. The ridge soaring and sledders at Point of the Mountain in Crawford. So I'm excited for this. I may fly today, I may not fly today. Don't know yet. So at a minimum, I'm getting a side intro and learning what to look out for here. It is a Hang 3 site, so being a Hang 2, I'm allowed to fly here with supervision of good pilots that have flown here and know how to launch and land here and understand the weather forecasting here and everything else. We'll see what happens today. That's why they call it Horse Heaven. This is the launch. There's Lavon down there with all the farmers' fields. And you can see Mount Nebo over there. And Nephi's up here. So that all is the city of Lavon right down there. This is just a bunch of cattle for all these fields. LZ is straight past this little hump, right down in there, or anywhere out there that you need to land.
So Horse Heaven is absolutely amazing. The very unfortunate thing is I forgot the camera mount that connects to my hang glider, and so I was not able to film my flight. It's the only thing I forgot. But anyway, this place, absolutely amazing. Right down here where we're looking is where we parked the cars, right there where the arrow is. And all of this area you can land in. This is public land managed by the BLM. And so massive amount of landing zone. You do want to scope it out first because there is like sagebrush and there is some downhill slope as well. But yeah, it is just epic. There's my Falcon 4 195. That's Mike's ATOS right there. Steve's T3 and Jake's Falcon 3. So here Mike is getting ready to launch. He went first. He had an absolutely epic flight. He went up over 1,000 feet within just a few minutes. First time for me getting to see an ATOS up close. Really cool glider, and I feel like there might be one in my future. All right, so before we watch anybody launch here, I just wanted to review a little bit about Horse Heaven. And so what we're looking at here is from the Utah Hang Gliding Paragliding Association website. You can go there and you can find all the sites in Utah, and you click on Horse Heaven and you can get this information. So it's got coordinates of how to get there, the launch elevation, the ratings and skills required, radio comms. So you have pretty much everything that you need. And one thing I really wanted to call out is in the bottom left where it says access. 4-wheel drive is recommended. And now that I've been up there, I can tell you, yes, you want 4-wheel drive. So that's going to be pretty important. And then we look at this next picture here. This is really awesome. I love that this is on the website, and it just kind of gives you some really great information about, you know, what wind direction do you want, what wind speeds do you want, what do the launches look like, things like that. And this is quite accurate from what I experienced. And so what we were looking for was westerly winds. You know, they say it's good for west or northwest winds. I think we had a very, very slight southwest component there, but didn't affect us. It's not like it was cross enough to affect us. And so you wanted to launch between 10 and 18 miles per hour with only a 4 mile an hour gust differential. That's really your ideal launch, and that's for your hang gliders. So that is definitely good to pay attention to, and I just can't wait to be watching the weather and finding another amazing day to get up to horse heaven. So here is the actual weather that we had that day. And so I actually launched just before 4 p.m., but I was watching the weather, you know, heading up to that time. You saw that the wind was really actually southwest and south between, you know, 1 and 2 p.m. And then it started to switch to get that westerly and sort of southwesterly component by 2:20 there. And the wind speeds were about what we want, and the gust differentials were okay as well. And then as we go in and look at the detailed forecast for what's coming up over the next few hours, we could see that the wind speeds were, you know, 12 miles an hour at 2 p.m. and then speeding up to 16 to 17 miles an hour between 3 and 5. And we definitely want to launch within that window. And the gust differential was a little bit higher than what we wanted, just slightly higher than what we wanted. Again, I launched at 350, and I took a screenshot here of the actual wind readings, you know, after my flight. So you can see that the wind was coming from the west, and you see that at 4 p.m. it's coming from the west. At 4:10 it had this kind of southwest component, but it was 11 miles an hour coming from the west at 4 p.m. with a gust differential of 10 miles an hour. So that was pretty big, and I can tell you from what I flew, that's probably pretty accurate. It felt quite windy up there. And I don't know that I would say that they were gusts, but once I got up in the air, it definitely felt quite windy. I felt safe, I felt in control and all of that. So that went well. My flight was amazing over the time that I flew, which was just shy of half an hour. So I landed at about 4:20 there. You can see it was 15 miles an hour gusting with a 5 mile an hour gust differential. So this was a great day to fly. And again, you know, I'm a hang 2. I was observed by multiple hang 4s, had an amazing side intro from Rob and Steve, who had flown the site before, and I got to watch Mike launch in his Atos, Steve launch in his T3, and Rob in his Falcon 3, all before I launched. So yeah, that's the weather for horse heaven. All right, let's watch Mike take off.
the deal. I forgot my frickin' camera mount for the hang glider and I wasn't able to film it. Dang it. But I flew from up there down here and it was amazing. Horse heaven is amazing. There's Toothless. I'm in some person's field and I gotta break down now. And my glider is okay and I'm okay. Oh wow, such an epic freaking flight. I just don't have words. So cool. Mic is on launch and it's my first time connecting this microphone. It's clipped to my jacket, so we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it's picking up good audio. Mike's already turtled his glider one time. I don't know how. It was very light winds. The forecast has been saying about 11 miles an hour, but that could be up at the top, which is behind me, where you want to bench up here at the north side. So it's pretty light down here, and there goes Mike. And he's gonna head off to the left, out by the retention pond, do a 180 turn away from the ridge, and come down to the lower LZ. That is our flight plan today. There does feel like this weird westerly component. Yeah, the windsock's going a little southwest, sorry, northwest, a little northwest. All right, taxiing on the runway for departure. Toothless Airlines here.
Should tuck it out to the edge.
I was gonna run from here.
Well, that's no.
No?
No, you gotta get out there. It's a cliff launch.
Okay.
Not at all like the south side.
Okay. You want me right there?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to come forward?
Yeah. You're doing really good. You're really doing good. So yeah, you're fine. I'm not worried about you. You got it.
Okay. Am I good to go, John?
Yeah, you're doing well.
Wait, I see this guy on my left. Is he the last one? Launching. Something feels weird on my feet. I feel like I'm very low over the ground already. Kind of sinking out. Turn and burn. Kind of a short one here. Made it over the fence. I need some speed. My first landing at the north side, looking right where I want to go. We'll go wheels for safety. There it is, first one at the north side. Very quick flight, very quick. All that waiting for that. Okay, gone gliding out, baby. All right, it's 8:33 a.m. Pre-flight's done, hang check's done. Very light winds today, so I'm just getting a sledder. But I gotta get it done because I gotta get to work. Launching!
All right, sledder in the books. Now I gotta pack up and go to work. That sucks. Landing detected, finish flight. Power off the Vario, power off the camera. Gone gliding out, baby.